can't do it. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Ask Mathis. I'm your host, Reginald Mathis, and rocking with me is my brother, Wildman Teddy T, a.k.a. Baron Theo Mound-builder.
He's up in here.
Yeah, man, it's a great day in the ASAP Rihanna household. Bruh, the way he, reacted to that verdict, like he wanted to give it to her right then. I'm ready to give you a baby right now.
He ain't want to be without that after being there for so long.
What? A billionaire?
Come on.
A billionaire? Bruh, if I was married to a billionaire, like Oprah, you know what I'm saying? If I was married to Oprah, Teddy, I'd be doing all the trick daddy stuff. The stuff that I'm like, man, I ain't doing that. But if I'm married to a billionaire, big ass Oprah, I'll be in her butt.
Ooh. Holding on.
For a billion, I will be Wildman Reggie Mathis. I'll take your name, Teddy. For that Billy. That's what I'm saying, bro. It don't take much. Bro, to go run in there and she just paying you, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, baby, I'm about to go do this bid. So, this is a combination. Of course, we're talking about the ASAP Rocky verdict, which just came back, not guilty. He was acquitted out in California by one of the ASAP, one of his homeboys came in there, according to ASAP, was trying to extort him for $30 million. Yep. $30 million. Saying that he shot him. Now, when I say it's a combination, I say it's a combination of the Alec Baldwin case and the Tory Lane case.
Yes.
Like you combine those two cases because you got somebody saying they got shot, and then you got somebody saying it was a fake gun, it was a prop, right? And so the similarities with the Tory Lane's case is that you dealing with injuries, and one person is saying these injuries are a result of being shot, and then the other person is saying, you were not shot. How can you get shot with a prop gun, that's carried around for protection? Now, what does that say about him as far as a prop gun for protection? Because, the third case I was going to say is the Lil Boosie case out in California. That's how Lil Boosie beat that case, because he alleged it was a fake. It's a fake gun. It's a fake gun. It's a fake. 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 So, so like I said, the combination of those three, resulted in him going free. And if you got the tape, man, you can see as the verdict gets read, this is a new one. I got to give it to him for a newness. I've seen, I guess I would say the verdict personally that I remember the most is I'm representing this one guy, right, who had 5 baby mamas, right? We had to go to trial twice. The first trial, only one baby mama came, because it's like, you got a long road to go down, So it was one baby mama who was there holding them down. That was a aggravated assault case. So that case, boom, we beat that case. But he had been held no bond because, when he was out on bond on that case, then he picked up a trafficking case. So he picked up the trafficking case. They revoked his bond on, the aggravated assault case. So we beat the aggravated assault case. Now we got to go to trial on the big case, the trafficking case. So, day one of the trial, the same baby mama from the first trial, she's there. Day 2 of the trial, another baby mama shows up. Day 3 of the trial, another baby mama shows up. So now folks is like, they thinking Buddy ain't never coming home from everything that he was dealing with, right? Now, by the time we get to day 3 on the second trial, the final day of the trial, and the verdict came, it was 5 baby mamas in there. And when I tell you, each one of them was trying to, outcry and outshout the other one, right? And then on top of that, I did. I represented a guy from Egypt, a mad Muslim. But in after 9/11, I represented him in Broward. He was a mad Egyptian Muslim. The good thing for him is his case didn't make it to verdict, didn't have to go to a jury because we was able to, with a strategy, had the case tossed before it got to the jury. But he was not a good guy for the jury. But this guy, we go all the way to the jury, and when he was the first one with that Ross, what we now call that Ross big Arab beard, before it was cool, bro. When they came back not guilty, he just started shouting, "Ah Akbar, Ah Akbar." Bro, I'm just sitting there chilling because the judge done already told the bailiff and told everybody in the courtroom, she's like, I don't want no reactions. Everybody chill. I don't want to hear none of that. Lock the door. All the law enforcement, all the cops in the building have to come in when a verdict is being read, and they, come around, and plus corrections to make sure, they don't pop off. Because if he had gone the other way, Buddy would have got a minimum 15 years. Minimum 15 years. So, bruh, he started, Akbar. And then the girls, the baby mamas, they jumping up and down like they caught the Holy Ghost. And, bruh, he grabbed me, and I'm just sitting there, right? I'm sitting there chilling. Then the judge, she was like, don't let anybody leave. So I'm just sitting here like, okay, I got my pop going. Well, let me see how this turn out. The judge started saying, ma'am, who are you? Come up. Start calling the baby mamas up one at a time. Say, who are you? State your name and tell this court why it should not find you in contempt. And each one of them was just like, oh, Your Honor, my child's father, and we didn't think he was ever going to come home, and we just so excited. She's like, ma'am, this is a courtroom. Like, we don't do that. You got to act with dignity and decorum or whatever. And all of them apologized except one. And the one who did not apologize is the one with all the education. The one with all the education was the one who showed her natural behind up in there. And because she knew me, she's the one that, hired me because she's known, she's known me since college. So she's the one that hired me. So she thinking she making it better because she gets up there when the judge calls her up, state your name and this and that or whatever. She's like, she says, I'm not going to apologize. And then she turns and looks. She said, I apologize to you, Reggie, but I'm not I'm looking at her like, ma'am, like what you doing? We supposed to be celebrating right now. Later, let's get out of here. Whatever. She's like, no, I ain't gonna apologize. And she looked at me. I apologize to you, Reggie. And I'm looking like, what are you saying? What are you doing? So I'm sitting there right chilling. Then the judge says, Mr. Mathis. I'm like, yes. Approach. I'm like, yes, ma'am. She's like, tell this court why you should not be held in contempt. I said, me, Your Honor, I'm sorry. Enlighten me. What did I do? She's like, you were applauding, and I said, Judge, I did not do that. I would never do that. I would whatever. So me and the judge got into it, right then and there, whatever, man. But this ASAP Rocky verdict, I'm thinking just go in your mind and think of the verdicts that you've seen. Y'all remember the OJ verdict? Remember how OJ, how you standing up like that, and when the verdict get read, how he kind of do the, And of course, we got our brothers and sisters that's watching, in the pre-trial, Metro West, TGK, South Florida reception. So how you have your touchdown celebration. You gotta have your verdict celebration. For those of you that's taking it to the dough, you gotta think about your celebration if it goes your way. So you got the OJ Teddy, which is the kind of the collapse on your feet.
Right.
But then you got the R. Kelly verdict when it don't go your way. So let's check out the ASAP Rocky verdict, and let's see where you put that in your top 5, Teddy. The ASAP Rocky verdict. But he got the tight suit on, and he holding himself like he got the boo-boo. He holding himself like, man, he holding this thing up like, boy, L.A., I'm going to tear the streets of L.A. up tonight. I'm going to tear the streets of L.A. up tonight. It ain't nothing like getting a good verdict, boy. Boy, I'm telling you, it ain't nothing like it.
Los Angeles Superior Court, County of Los Angeles. People of the State of California versus Joaquin Mayers. Case number BA 508142-01. We, the jury in the above entitled action, find the defendant, Joaquin Mayers, not guilty of the
Where you put that? You just collapse.
They put a meme up. Judge.
Oh.
They put that up. They said, this is what happened with. That's what I equate that, because that's what he did.
Oh, man.
He went feet first. When he saw them feet, he's like, he's happy.
Bruh, I just look at the breathing pattern, bruh. Just look at the breathing pattern. Like, right before you hear it, man, it's something. Like, your breath is gone. Your breath is gone, because in just that instant, your life could potentially change and would no longer be what it was, bruh. Because the judge gonna be like, I remand you in the custody. But especially with Buddy walking in the court free every day. Why this is pending, and this has been going on for 3 years. It's been like, hey, man, what's going on? I'm in Switzerland or whatever. Right. Oh, yeah, man, we're going to get it continuous. Hey, man, okay, set up. Okay, man, what's going on, man? I'm about to go to the Grammys. Oh, no, man, you good, whatever. All right. Man, year 2.5 hit, and Buddy was like, trial is going to start on such and such a date and all that. All the money got to be paid, all that stuff going on. Hey. But you can see he did it right. He had his clothes right. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's how you want to do it? That's how you feel? Let's go ahead, man. We ain't scared of it. So I see that Steph is with it today. He with the S's. He with the boo-boos today. So a frequent friend of the show, Miss Sarah Peterson. Matter of fact, we had her, a few weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken, on the show. She came in, and, not only is she a poet, but she's a community activist. Mm-hmm. And she's, she in them streets, yep, as they say. She's in them streets. So, Commissioner Edward Phillips, former commissioner in Pompano, Pompano, where I'm from, historically we've had 2 black commissioners. Now we have 1, because our big community, Collier City, the people not coming out voting, and so now you have Palmer and you got John Knox Village, the retirement folks, and they banking votes out there and now it's a white female that's in that seat. So the only representation, for black people in the city of Pompano specifically is the young lady who Beverly Perkins, Miss Beverly Perkins, who, many people know she went to high school with my older brother and older sister. They went to Pompano High School. And so, she came back and now she's a commissioner. She, has a, family in Pompano. So, right now you got, it's clicked up.
Right.
It's clicked up right now. So they just had the Tiger Tail Black History Parade this past Saturday. And at some point, this takes place. Let's play it.
But you dare not say blackness here. You are fighting for this community and fighting for years. For years. And you don't say nothing about it. Hey, you are old enough to be my mother, but you my mama can be correct. You don't have children. That's like you don't know how it feels. And that's why you don't know how it feels. You get paid too. You get paid out of the same kind of money. You get that because you are a black woman who sit up there and two white women, two rich white women center themselves in our community. And you say nothing when they are talking about black women. That hurts. And every time I come up to that commission, every time I have come to the commission and spoke up for you, every time you call me to do something for you, I did it on my own free time away from my kids. I've done that. Because as soon as I don't do what you want me to do, you got a problem. You're old enough to be my mama, but you're not. You're not. And that's a problem because you don't present yourself as a leader. I am, and whatever you choose to do with it, do it. But I promise you, you will not see the last one. I promise you that. You take all your energy to come say this white woman, but you don't put no energy in to support the black women and support you. You finger behind doors. Put your finger down. Keep going if you want to. What else you want to say? I said what I just said. I said what I said. I am getting it out. I am. Hey, everybody here is getting. People need to hear because when the things you say is you, people don't hear, and you act like you're a victim when you are not. Yes. You are not the victim. Yes. You are a bully, and you continue to bully people. But that's what you are. That's what you are. And I don't have a problem with saying anything to anybody.
So we be watching it on the flip side. It's over now.
You're disgraced. You really are. You got all this energy for these white women who don't care about your community. And you just doing it because you're angry, you're hurt, and you want revenge. No, she's getting on my damn nerves.
Well, tell us how you really feel, Serica. Tell us how you really feel, Serica. Teddy, anything?
Obviously, it's that situation where you got those people that are brown nosing to the other side. If she's pointing it out, that's something that's going on. You got to say something.
That was heat.
You got to say something.
Well, I mean, a lot of people, throw stones and hide their hands.
Mm-hmm. So
to come out there and say, what it is, I mean, I can't say anything other than, I respect it, but I'm not about to dive in because I don't know.
We don't know.
I don't know the extent, what's going on. So your boy Suge Knight, man, is tripping. So apparently there's a connection between Suge Knight, Ray J, Brandy, Snoop, and Daz. Apparently, all they people from Mississippi, and they go from Mississippi to California. They get out to California. And so you let Ray J tell it. Ray J says that there comes a time where, he had been hanging with Death Row since the first wave,
That's right.
And and then he was talking about, being what he considered, with Brandy being clean and not really being, able to do the family thing because Snoop's image was so, gangster, and they needed to protect her image, but that he would sneak out and Snoop and Daz, would come scoop him and whatever. So apparently they got history. Now Suge Knight's son is out there talking about running the fade on Ray J, for putting his daddy name in his mouth. Tell me I ain't one of them Combs boys. I ain't one of them Combs boys. So you need to come in there. But you Suge, man, he don't got nothing else to do, nothing better to do while he locked up. Now Suge is claiming, and if you can play the video, Suge is claiming that Ray J is the one that's killed Whitney Houston, supplying her bad dope, talking about what she was saying to my Brandy little brother. To me, I didn't even know his name.
That's what Whitney Houston gave Brandy a letter. That's another thing that's coming out that Whitney Houston gave. Shaka Khan has a blog where she's talking about that Whitney Houston gave Brandy a letter.
And what was in the letter?
I don't know. That's what that see. So now it kind of.
I mean, they saying that Ray J hit it.
Oh yeah, definitely did that.
Ray J saying
Tupac, Ray J
hit Whitney.
Yeah.
Wow.
Bobby said, that's the only person that he felt, jealous because Tupac, and when Tupac died, she cried hard. She said she cried hard, so he
wow.
So Tupac.
But why he ain't hit Jada?
Who, Tupac and Jada?
Yeah, they are. I mean, that's the one. Everybody say that's really your. That's really your.
Hitting Jada through high school. Like, come on.
But that's what they saying. They like your boy Michael J. White is saying. Tupac was soft, and he took on the persona of Juice. Like when you see Michael J. White, he says, "Man, the Tupac that he knew was the guy, with that interview where he's talking kind of like on the feminine side or whatever." But he said
That's what Tupac said.
He was like 2 years later, he did Juice and stayed in character. Like when you hear another actor tell you, he stayed in character.
Well, I mean, I could attest to. I was on the road when he was dancing with
Digital Underground.
And P.O.D. God rest his soul, Tretch, who was dancing for
Queen Latifah.
They was, Tupac always had some, because they was.
So they was robbing people. Yeah, I heard they was robbing folks on the road.
You know what I'm saying? And Pac had got beat up. I got beat up by the cops like 3 more years, because that's how he put his album together, from the money that he got from the cops. You know what I'm saying? So back then, one thing about Pac that he understood was how to articulate on camera, and he practiced back then and was able to grow it. So after he did Juice, he kept that element that kind of took him out. He kept stayed in that Bishop element, but none of those dudes can really fight anyway. They just all mouth, when it comes down to it. So
all right, so nothing to see here. All right, let's go to something else, man. Do we want to talk about these negotiations over Ukraine that don't include Ukraine?
And Trump said it's their fault. They would have.
Trump, hey, you gotta get the step boy. You gotta get the step boy, cause step boy say, look here, Ukraine is like, hey, I think they better bring an end to this pretty soon, or there's nothing gonna be left. Bro, he has nothing. He's not gonna have a country, and then now he calling the man a dictator, an unelected dictator, unelected dictator, man. So they saying Jasmine Crockett is the new
She's everything.
leader of the Democratic Party. Here's her latest thing. Y'all want to see what she had to say? Oh, so is she the new Sexy Red for us?
Love her.
Okay,
Yes.
let's see.
Love her.
All right, so we'll give how Sexy Red was for me. We're gonna give Jasmine
Yes.
Crockett to
Mine. Texas.
we're gonna get her to Teddy.
Texas.
That's all y'all really want to promote is lies. That's the big issue that we have. Elon Musk boosted false USA conspiracy theories to shut down global aid. Now, while he was boosting those lies about U.S. aid, and he was stopping money going for, say, things such as Head Start, somehow the only money that didn't stop was the money to him and his organization. Now, I don't know how you can have him be the watchdog as well as the guy that is literally living off of the government. If we want to talk about government welfare, it looks like Elon Musk, because it's my understanding that just on yesterday, a new contract was approved for approximately $300 million for Elon Musk. So listen, I just want y'all to be honest. You want to sit here, you want to lie, because so often we hear, well, you know, yeah, we did lie. In fact, he admitted that he lied when he was in the Oval Office yesterday. But if it's a lie that will get you into office, such as saying, I know nothing about Project 2025, yet on day one, you literally do everything that you can to implement it, including making sure that you put, say, one of the main architects of Project 2025 over the OMB, it's okay, so long as you get the power that you seek. The problem is that the game is going to be on the American people. And when I say the American people, I mean all of us. Unfortunately, I am also stuck in the twilight zone because of the lies that were allowed to be propagated. Just like when you're talking about vaccines and all this nonsense. Right now in my state of Texas, there is an outbreak of measles. And what they are finding is that because there's been so much disinformation about vaccines, that kids are sick right now with measles that they did not have to have if they just trusted doctors and experts instead of randoms online. So I will end by saying this, Mr. Chairman, because I know we believe in Jesus in this chamber. In John 8:32, it says, the truth shall set you free. So maybe we should focus on a little bit of truth in this chamber.
Amen.
How you pants?
Oh, yeah. Get to it, girl. Because, you know, I was like, ain't nobody saying nothing to what these people are doing. Like, there got to be some type of rebuttal.
Man, I
Somebody.
don't got nothing to say. This dude right here, you just passed him, man. This dude just killed. He killed his wife, killed her daddy, killed his wife, killed her daddy, and then killed the man who they ran to the house. Right, yeah, right there, bro. Oh no! This the other guy. Yeah, this the other dude. You see, look at this one, man. These dudes just shooting. Buddy's like, man, I saw him. These dudes here on vacation, and how people from Palestine get the vacation over here? That don't sound consistent with the war. But I guess for rich people, it's the same. It literally is the same all over the world. Like, I don't care where you go. Like, you know, Saddam Hussein, you know, in his crib, bruh, he had everything. He had satellite dish. He liked, what did he say? His favorite beer was, Michelob. Michelob. He down there, you know, doing the whole thing. What's my man? Bin Laden? Osama Bin Laden, like porn. You know, all that stuff, man. You like, man, how they get it? Hey, if you rich people live the same way all over the world, bro. Man, look at these dudes. How did they know they was Palestinian unless you run around with a flag? You probably come over here trying to get you some pictures to take back and be like, yeah, man, I was stunting, man. I was stunting on with this Palestinian flag over in the U.S. Well, who gonna mess with me? I guess Buddy showed you who. He just started blasting.
17 times.
Look at him, bro. Buddy just started blasting, and according to the officers, he's like, man, I saw 2 Palestinians in there. It's on site. It's on site. But the story I was telling you about, bro, is a domestic situation where the husband, bruh, walks down the street holding his 3-year-old's hand, 3-year-old daughter's hand. After, and he done go, the lady done ran to a neighbor's house, and she ended up, he killed her and the neighbor. So now 5 people. I know one. Unfortunately, I know one of the officers. He's a sergeant, man. I recently ran into him. That's crazy. He used to work at. He used to work as a paralegal at the state attorney's office, and he went to the academy, and he's been with BSO for probably 25, 26 years. I saw him recently. A very, very, very good brother, man, and now a sergeant. And I saw he's one of the 5 that's got fired or on suspension. On suspension. Basically saying that there was so many domestic violence injunctions and that they just wasn't honoring them. They got tired of the lady calling, and it was like, you know what, y'all could have saved these people if y'all acted. So what does that mean? What that means is for the next 2 to 3 months, unless something happens again, but if for the next 2 to 3 months, it's gonna have to be quiet. Otherwise, if you have an encounter with law enforcement, expect to go to jail.
Somebody.
For the next 2 to 3 months. I'm telling you, I'm giving y'all free game right now. I'm giving y'all free game. And when y'all watching us on Video Mix and y'all sitting up in there, y'all gonna be like, yeah, he right. Yeah, he right. I done did this same thing right in front of the cops 1,000 times. I done sparked up right in front of the cop. I done did this right in front of the cop. But they decided they want to arrest me. For the next 2 to 3 months, chill. Just listen to what they got to say, man, because, I went to juvenile court today, bruh. On an emergency motion, because they rarely hold kids, without bond. They rarely keep them in secure detention. And it's a female, never arrested in her life or whatever. Family came and it's like, man, we stopped doing whatever we can for the kids. Bro, we run up in the court. I should have known when I went in the court this morning. I saw an old head. I saw an old head that I'm like you in juvenile court? Like juvenile court is like persona. You don't go to juvenile court, unless you court appointed. Like I take court appointed cases because I do mentoring. So I take court appointed cases in juvenile. So I'm over in juvenile. Like I take one case every few months to like just try to take them through the process, steer them through the process. Sometimes it's, folks that's in shelters. Sometimes it's folks, that's their parents are going through criminal cases. So children and family have taken them from the home. So they're dealing with a delinquency and a dependency case at the same time going through the system. So I do that. But in this circumstance, I go in there as privately retained counsel. And I walk in and I see a dude that's been practicing probably 40 years, high-end litigation. And I see two, I see a Biff and I see a Karen. You feel me? Bro, I see a Biff and I see a Karen like standing up in their like straight up suburbia garb. And the judge is just like, I'm sorry, she's gonna be okay in there. They're gonna make sure. Good luck to you or whatever, but she's gonna remain detained. So I'm like, whoa, like, Buddy done retained a little white girl. So I see my man. He give me a big hug, right? He give me a big hug when he sees me, right? I said, bro, what kind of case? Same case I had next, which is making a terroristic threat.
Oh man.
Making a terroristic threat, bruh. So I'm like, oh Lord. So I'm just saying he just denied the motion for a private retained 40-year practicing white man with a mom and dad looking like they worth millions, you know, trying to get their little white girl, and he kept her. Man, I was like, this is not going to end well. This is not going to end well, but it ended better for my client than for her. And she'll be home in the morning. She's leaving at she'll be out at 8 in the morning. You know, but just to let you know, bro, these kids, it's a new day, man.
Mm-hmm.
It is a new day with this internet, because you got a lot of internet scammers, criminals, and bullies that sit behind that keyboard. You know, you can be whatever behind that keyboard. Remember Fun Girl from Good Times?
Mm-hmm.
You know, y'all don't remember the original Catfish. You know, they talk about catfishing now, but the original Catfish was Fun Girl with the CB. And Michael, you know, Michael on the phone, you know, Michael got a CB or somebody, and so he on the phone like with a person on the other line, and they just breaker so much. Michael done damn near fell in love. You know, and I don't know how, but he ended up getting the address. I got to watch that episode again one day. He ended up getting the address and goes to her spot, find her spot, and find out she in a wheelchair.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And doesn't
Yes.
and he don't go in, like when he see her, like he dip. Like he dipped
I
on.
remember that. Yeah.
Well, right, that's the original Catfish. That's the original Catfish.
I've been catfished on underground radio a lot back in the days then, because they be talking all sweet.
Right.
Oh man, girl,
You come to the station.
You come to the house and they
Right.
like,
What was that first Friday? Was it first Friday with Chris Tucker?
oh yeah, with the
Tell me,
girl
she look like
Janet
Janet Jackson. More like Freddie Jackson.
Look like Freddie Jackson.
More like Freddie Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah, so look at this chick right here, bruh. She ready to do it up. And this is why, you know, things were so intense. Because we coming right off Valentine's Day. That's the Parkland anniversary.
Right.
And that happened on Valentine's Day. And so, you know, that's my young lady got picked up after Valentine's Day. You know, and it's just like, you know, we got a defense to it. As far as what it was, but I got to talk to my daughter. My daughter's going to be my consultant because she's a 9th grader. And she be telling me about these stuff, man. They get caught up in these rabbit holes, these little chats. They on these chats. Like, I don't know if it's Snapchats, but it's not Snapchat. It's Instagram, that's for old people. Facebook for grandmas, how they see it. And but now they be on these, you know, these chats, and they go in there and they get to saying crazy stuff. So we'll see, man.
I sent Step something on Instagram.
Oh, you saw this? The Crip Walk is black.
Oh, yeah.
Disabled history, man.
Too much
Give him a
stuff.
little history. Let's give him a little history, man. It goes back to
Oh yeah, the dude.
Henry Crip Hurd.
Like ain't you tired? Trying to strike a chord and it's probably A minor.
Yeah, he was an amputee.
There you
There you go, right there.
They not like us.
Really? Oh, wow.
They not like us. They not like us.
go. Henry Crip. Whoa, there you go, right there. See that we can do everything. A man can hop around on one leg.
Oh man,
Considered something legendary.
there you go. Oh, matter of fact, that reminds me, we have the Universal Circus coming in town. So anybody,
they coming to the show.
okay,
So I've been playing the commercials.
okay, excellent. So we want to talk about the new UM quarterback got you know, all his cribs. I caught it. He had a Mercedes and like a Maserati or a Lamborghini or something.
And the girl.
He and his girl, who's on the basketball team, right?
Yeah.
Girl on the basketball team got. You know, that lets you know
They at you.
they at you, man, especially in Miami. Oh, go to Bernie Sanders, man. Let's see. I want to see what Step has. I want to see what Step has to say about this speech. Not a speech, but it's a statement from Bernie Sanders. And I don't really listen to Bernie Sanders, but Bernie Sanders was succinct, cogent, and just I think he just said it like it is.
Always.
I think he just said it like it is. It was, you know, I just want to see if Step agree with it.
402 billion. Zuckerberg is worth 252 billion. Bezos is worth 249 billion. With combined wealth of over $900 billion, these three people own more wealth than the bottom half of American society. Not surprisingly, since Trump was elected, their wealth has soared. Musk has become $138 billion richer. Zuckerberg has become $49 billion richer. And Bezos has become $28 billion richer, all since Election Day. Meanwhile, while the very rich become much richer, 60% of Americans live paycheck to paychecks. 85 million are uninsured or underinsured. 25% of seniors are trying to survive on $15,000 a year or less. 800,000 are homeless, and we have the highest rate of childhood poverty of almost any major country on earth. Do you think for 1 second that the oligarchs give a damn about working people? Trust me, they don't. Musk's decision to dismember USAID means that tens of thousands.
Want to hear what I got to say about it? And capitalism is capitalism. I think
Make as much as you can.
make as much as you can.
That's what it is.
They had the same fair share as we all had. Now I do believe there should be a balance between you can't have pure capitalism because it will destroy itself. If the poor can't eat,
Right, they're gonna take.
they gonna revolt. But am I mad that they make that much money? No. They had the same.
Well, I don't think his argument is that they're making money. I think the argument is they are shaping the government to favor them making more money while taking benefits and things from other people and to pay for tax cuts for people who don't need it.
Think of what
You can't even spend that money, bro.
Elon Musk has made $1 billion between SpaceX and Neuralink and money given to him from the United States already. You know, so.
I believe the tax code should be simplified.
I agree. I think the IRS should be eliminated, and I think you know how to cut out cheating. You know how to cut out cheating? You just do a VAT tax, a value added tax, meaning everything has a tax on it that you pay as you go. Meaning, it's like, all right, if you're gonna go and get a Big Mac, right? You're gonna get a Big Mac. We're gonna charge you $6 for that Big Mac, and $1 out of that $6 is going to the federal government, whatever. If you're gonna buy that house, instead of that house costing $500,000, the house is gonna cost $600,000. So you make a decision when you buy on how much taxes you're gonna pay, because you're like, hey, I can go without. That means that's fewer taxes you got to pay. But when you're gonna make this purchase, when you purchase it, that's it. It's done.
No more.
They done collect it when you buy it. You pay it as you go. That's called a VAT tax, a value added tax. Like some folks is like, oh, we ought to do a flat tax of 9% or this or that or that. Herman Cain, rest in peace. Mr. 999, you know, his was 9%. He's like, man, just do a 9% tax across the board and just, you know, whatever.
What do you think about the Social Security stuff?
Man, Social Security, bro, is not even gonna be around for. Well,
What
we're you know, we hit our 50s, so we're gonna taste it.
So you haven't heard the claim what they're saying?
What are they saying?
Elon Musk went through Social Security. The people quit.
He said if you got people 150 years old
30
that's still getting
30 million people. That's over
150 and over 150 years
still
old.
getting income, still getting Social Security.
And knowing that that's not true. Why is that? Because, you know, my mom is 90 years old. My mom, if I keep my mom in the crib, even when she passed away, but I preserve her, you know, like Secrets of the Magic City, R. Malcolm Jones's picture, I reserve her on ice, and her benefits keep flowing, right? The checks keep coming. I think that's what they're. How else can they allege? How else can you allege that you got 150-year-olds that's still getting Social Security check? They either got automatic debit going to somebody else, or those checks are being automatically deposited into accounts that other people control. That they ain't gonna stop. Like if you have somebody that's getting Social Security disability. You know what I mean? Like, I would say probably the average person, those checks continue to come. I would say the average person probably keep it moving for 2 to 3 months before they even say something. I didn't know I was supposed to. I didn't know I was supposed to.
They was coming for life. They money get passed down. You know.
Right. Inherited
the Social Security.
Inheritance,
then
man.
The other thing was they found all this money that they were supposedly now Trump is trying to give it to everybody in a
$5,000.
Yeah,
I like that.
that was good.
Hey, Trump ain't stupid.
He knows,
Trump ain't
he knows how to
stupid.
win.
Trump ain't stupid.
He knows how to win.
He is far from stupid. He is far from stupid. Trump like, you know what? They're a little rowdy right now. He said they get a little rowdy right now. Okay, I got something for them. You know, hey, Stephen Miller. Let's do that play. You know, it's just like they calling plays. Hey, let's do that play. Because when you had the office and then you have 4 years to watch somebody else do it, you like, oh, okay, that's how they doing that. Okay, all right, they doing it the way I did it. So if they doing that, it's like, yeah, I can do it better. But if they doing something different, you like, let me see why they doing it that way. And if you can understand why they doing that, you be like, now he back in, and he came in, to his credit, he came in with a squad of loyalists.
Yeah.
He came in with a squad of loyalists. He came in like from the spokesman, from the spokesperson to everywhere, bruh. It's like the leader. It's like, yo, where he say go. That's what it is. Like, even with this whole Mayor Adams situation, bruh, the Justice Department, all those officials are resigning rather than, you know, drop charges against Buddy.
Which I talked to a guy named Gerald Bennett who took your man's place at HUD. He was here in Fort Lauderdale going on a cruise. But he says that they're going to take away all the black scholarships to the black colleges, and they want to take away the HBCU name. They don't want to use the HBCU name.
Well, I mean, that's fine, because HBCU is not something that I used when I went to Morehouse. We called it black colleges and universities. You know, like just like Divine Nine.
Right.
Divine Nine, that was not anything, you know, I've been in Greekdom 35 years. Divine Nine was not part of the parlance. It wasn't part of the nomenclature. So I don't care about the titles so much. No. I care about, you know, the funds and whatnot. But at the end of the day, man, we have enough people ourselves who should be able to do it. You know, we gotta support each other. And that's just what it is, man. I was watching Shark Tank. I never not say never, but I rarely watch Shark Tank. But I watched it because we had a Morehouse graduate who was one of the sharks. He was a guest shark, and that brother is so tight. He's a minority owner for the Atlanta Falcons, and Buddy was so sharp, Teddy, that you know what I mean. Like Trump, if he was watching that, he'd be like, man, I gotta get me one of them. Like I gotta get me one of them because this brother, man, he was doing math, science, like right there on spot with, you know, when the folks was coming in, he was like talking, they talk. He's like, well, what about this? What about that? You know, saying, you know, what's your CAD? What's your this? What's your that? And all that stuff there. And it's like, what's that overgrowth? And what does that really mean? What's the valuation there? He's like, yeah, I know why they gave you that valuation. They gave that valuation because, you know what I mean? Like, you know, you coming on TV today, and it was like, but no, what's the real thing? And then this is what I'm willing to do. I'm willing to invest $500,000 for 7%. I'm willing to, and they was like, well, give me $1 million for 10%. You know, a couple companies that he did. He even beat the guy Kevin O'Leary, who's he's doing a lot of political speaking now, but he was somewhat tangentially tied to the Celsius deal, tangentially, like he kind of helped us win that trial, because there was an interview that he had done, and he was talking about Celsius and referring to it as Flo's drink, same as Doja Cat. Doja Cat, she was like, when she was so-called beefing with Cardi B, you know, she is doing the press conference. She was like, you know, I kind of apologize for what I said because I was on this energy drink called Celsius. Flo Rida really should give me a check for this, but I was just being honest. I was on this energy drink called Celsius, and it was like, you know, we took that for the trial. Doja Cat, Khloe Kardashian, we sent her a pallet, and then she put it on, you know, put it out to other people. So organically, you know, that's kind of how, you know, how we started. But the brother was on Shark Tank last week, man. I was so proud, man. This brother was just, he was just laying it down. He was laying it down. And then one black kid had an invention that he went with. You know, he was like, only if we got to hear from your mom, because dude's story was so compelling. And he was like, my mom backstage, and it was like, you know, we'll offer you this on one condition: you bring your mom out. So he brought mom out. Mom came running out or whatever, and to my mom, what'd you say? I told you better take this money. Right. You had to take this money. And buddy, you know, they bought into the company and took the deal, and you see him like whispering to his mom. He said, "Mom, I told you I got this. I told you I got this." But Shark Tank, man, you know, sometimes, you know, if you watch it, it's really, you know, it's really cool. But all that to say, we really need to invest in each other. We're gonna have to. We're gonna have to, because the way things, you know, are looking and going, you know. And I tell people, you can't be mad. You really can't be mad, because these people historically, and you know, we talk facts and we talk history. These people historically have destroyed everything they've ever touched. Every place they've ever gone, they've ever been. They come in, they come fake like they come in peace. All right, and they come in and end up taking your stuff. You know, look at Africa. You know, South Africa, you know, since we know a lot more about South Africa since Elon Musk is from South Africa and came through the apartheid era. You know, another interview I sent to Steph, I don't know if he has it, but Elon Musk's dad gave an interview talking about, what is he talking about? We graduated from the Mercedes to the Rolls Royce. And, you know, what is he talking about? We traveled in a two twin engine plane, personal plane, landing on our strip. So what struggle is he talking about? He's like, struggle for him was going to a hotel and they don't have a petit filet. You know, like that's struggle. You know, but this dude is up in here reinventing himself, and it looked to me like Elon having the time of his life right now. He just had his 13th child. He just had his 13th child with a chick I would hit, you know, definitely, and running around. And right now, I think, you know, if you've studied history, you'll just know it's always just been a matter of time. You know, 6 million Jews in the 1940s get the gas chamber or killed some other way. How many millions of Native Americans get wiped out? The Trail of Tears, disease blankets, you know, the whole manifest destiny to go from the Atlantic to the Pacific, and basically to say, you know, our country need to be from sea to shining sea. That mean, like, hey, in order to accomplish this manifest destiny, whoever happens to be in the way, get down or lay down. Right? So that's the history. So the fact that we've had a period somewhat, brothers got very comfortable. Brothers got very, very comfortable thinking that we can go and say anything to these people, that we really got something here. that we really have something here. And I think this election it definitely showed me. I don't know what it showed you, Teddy. I don't know what it showed you, Step. But what it's definitely reinforced for me right now is that we're in their era. Just like the world. Remember the world when you're talking about the different dynasties of Egypt? Dynasties lasting thousands of years at a time? You know, the first kingdom, second king, like all that at a time? You know, I'm sure it was cave dwellers who was saying, like, is it always going to be like this? You know, through evolution and the evolution of weapons, that's just what it is. Until a black man with a black identity discovers the next best weapon, and it has to be a weapon that can combat the nuclear weapon. It has to be some technology that's invented.
It's going to be nature. It don't got to be nothing that's invented.
So you just think it's going to be a hurricane or a volcano or a meteor hit?
Natural elements, just like it's always been. Like, these people make up 17% of the world's population, so they're not really a factor. It's just all the lies and all the illusion that they put into people's space. But if you've been in tune your whole life, then you understand. You know, like Bob Marley said, we ain't got to worry about a thing. We God's people. So if you don't believe that, then you got a problem.
No, I definitely, I definitely believe that.
Because
and
they're going to destroy themselves. They've always taught themselves, and what they're going to do is they're going to realize that they've been taken advantage of. We know what we've been through, but white people are the ones that have been taken advantage of, that have been hoodwinked.
Well, when you always talk about, you know, the creation of race, you know, which is superficial.
Yep.
You know, Italians were not considered white. Irish were not considered white. And folks was like, hey, we tired of these revolts. So, you know, what we need to do is elevate them. Say, hey, man, yeah, don't come looking over here. Don't come fighting us. We together.
That's right.
Look at them. See, they different.
Yeah, they look different from us.
They different. Do it. I can't do it.